This is TWiT.
As we complain about Google search getting worse, it's not fully Google's fault or whoever got blamed on last week's show. It's because the web is just getting filled
crap they're
with
indexing.
more and more crap.
Yeah, it just reflects the crap.
Well, I will also say, though, have you guys noticed there have been a number of, I feel like, reports in the last week or two about smaller publishers or even medium to large size publishers seeing a dramatic decrease in SEO and search traffic after Google's rolled out its latest round of updates, I think, to ranking. And I believe this has something to do with what they were talking about in the Futurism article. What is it? Reputation. I just read this. I forgot what it was called. But essentially like manipulating your reputation scores on Google. I just put a couple of links to this effect in the rundown at line 56. House Fresh, I guess a like prominent small review site, saw its traffic go down 91%.
Oh, we did that story.
As it's been,
yeah. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago when that came out. They were really upset, and that was just the tip of the iceberg that Futurism has done.
And it's just the tip of the iceberg, because if you go down to line 58, a reporter and SEO person had pulled together a list of declines in SEO visibility for major publishers between September and April, and it's wild.
Okay, so I saw this tweet, and she says, gee, notice anything totally obvious, or is it just me? And for the life of me, I didn't. So please explain what is totally obvious, because she never does. Is it that these are big-name sites?
It's just that sites from what I thought it was, from the large names to small, are all experiencing dramatic decreases in
Oprah
SEO.
Daily down 68.8%. Collider 87% drop. Sacramento
New York Magazine 75%. Yeah.
This is also, I think, what Facebook's doing. They're just saying the news industry is being, we don't depend upon the news industry. Let's see what happens to our usage if we cut it down. Well,
yeah, but this is like completely across the board. What is going on this is Google SEO visibility, the greatest percentage. What does it even mean, Google SEO visibility?
Yeah, that is specifically like the top 10 search results or whatever that come up when you search for something. It's not like the top stories visitors. Or Google News.
It's not the number of visitors. So
no. It's they can only do this by testing against something. And so it's a questionable ranking because they're guessing what people are searching for.
Computer World down 75%. Turner Classic Movies down 90%. Bob Vila down 85%. But I guess I just wonder what this means. GQ down 70%. What does it mean? I don't understand, really.
I don't understand what the measure is fully either.
Sure entirely what the cause is here. And I don't think anyone outside of Google probably knows that. But I do think that the thing about this that interested me was that small or medium or changes from within a company as gargantuan as Google, that is making changes all the time, can have dramatic and pronounced effects on an entire ecosystem of sites and companies. And there's really just nothing you can do about it. It's just kind of like, well, we're not really sure why this has gone down, but we've got to somehow figure it out.
I have another theory, which is that for a long time, I'm kind of notorious for being down on SEO. In fact, you've probably stupidly spoke at an SEO conference in which I said, you guys are a terrible business. Stop being such scammers. I wonder if this is somewhat of a reflection on of just kind of the failure of the SEO industry. They're selling snake oil. And
we complained about Google search being bad. Well, everybody's trying to manipulate Google search, so Google search is getting back at that manipulation.
Yeah, they're just turning off whatever little tricks these guys had figured out. I don't know if it's really an organic drop in hits, or it's just that they're not getting the SEO they thought they were getting by paying these snake oil salesmen. Google's chasing SEO loopholes, right?
Well, it goes back to it's off Paris' story again. The preamble to all of that was once again about .com. And the New York Times bought .com because they had the wizard of SEO. They wanted to learn SEO. They then set him up to do his own SEO consultancy. I went to the first SEO conference, and it was a small floor in a hotel. It filled all of Jarvis Center with all these BS companies, right? And it was because of About.com that we recognize what questions are being asked, and so we'll write the answers so that when the next time they ask the question, we'll get the click instead of Wikipedia. Not a bad strategy, not a bad thing. They wrote good stuff. But then the content farms came in. They hired people like the earlier versions of Advon to write horrible stuff for pennies to try to get their piece of it. That is what led to Panda, the first major update of the search algorithm at Google to downgrade all the content farm stuff, and with it, About.com. So About.com fell and fell and fell and fell till the New York Times waited too long to sell it, and it is now Dotdash.
It's kind of interesting to read this thread, by the way, because it was created by an SEO person, right? From data generated by an SEO agency. So their take on it is, oh, look what Google's doing to our clients, right? My take on it is that SEO is snake oil, and the mistake these clients made was chasing Google traction by doing tricks, SEO tricks, generating sites specifically for search terms, things like that, and that Google caught on and is punishing them for that. So I guess how you interpret this tweet really depends a lot on your point of view. My point of view is the web is being filled with crap, and Google's doing its best to make its search results better.
I agree with you in principle, Leo, but I'll also play devil's advocate here for a minute. Because I feel like some of these people probably would say, no, we're not doing it to game the system. We're doing this because it's the only way for us to participate in this system. Right. For a while, the only way to get your articles or web page visited at all, or to come up in search results if someone's looking for your content, is to play the long, crappy SEO game. And that means,
could be
adding all the different things in there.
That's what I like, is saying, what if you need to do the tricks because everyone else is using them?
Well, so I've been at events with news publishers, and Matt Cutts in his day, or Danny Sullivan now, and they all say, tell us the secret. We have this valuable news. We should rise up. And both of them would roll their eyes and say, no, we're going to constantly try to get around those games. Just have good content. Just serve people well, and we'll try to figure that out.
But that's what HouseFresh
signals change.
That's what HouseFresh says it is doing. They do real reviews. They're not chasing links. They don't generate fake reviews. And they have lost 91% of their Google traffic since the March core update. And so that's the real question: is what's going on here? Is it that sites were generating crap content and Google noticed and deranked them? Or, and maybe it was just that, HouseFresh got caught in that, even though they were generating
like About.com and like BuzzFeed to a great extent.
Yeah.
And Facebook. Same thing happened to BuzzFeed.
The bottom line,
they made
for
viral
me as a user,
I don't fun viral.
I don't really care, but the bottom line for me as a user is A, Google search results are worse than ever, and B, the web itself is worse than ever, and I don't know who the culprit is, but it's pretty sad.
And it's going to get worse with AI.
And that's the prognosis. The patient is dead, and it looks like he's getting worse. So I think we got a problem.
The patient is dead, and the doctor says he's going to get deader.
He's going to be even deader. Okay. So
meanwhile, my TV is on to the side, which I do. I keep Twitter going and keep the TV going.
Jeff, how have we been doing this for so long? And I had no idea you were watching TV.
It's just on. It's on all day. It's on all day. Now we have.
That's what happens when you get past 60. Paris. As you get older, you just have a need for constant noise in the background, I think.
Yeah. And this is how I go to sleep too.
Yeah.
You have the TV on. Now we have RFK Jr. and his worm is on MSNBC.
Okay, do you guys believe the worm is real? I know this is not what this podcast is supposed to be about, but I think I think there's no way he really had a worm in his head.
He's crazy, but you know what, Paris? I looked it up, and if you go to my Twitter feed,
it's an old story, isn't it? It's an old story.
I put up the picture. Yeah, it was part of his divorce. He was trying to say that he had no memory. So if you go down my Twitter feed,
the worms ate my memory. Christ.
Go down my Twitter feed to the Guardian story. You will see a picture of honest to God, the kind of worm. It's a pork
I'm sorry. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to look
But
for
wait,
a photo of
there's
the
a
worm.
picture.
No, keep going. That's a joke. That's a joke. Keep going down.
It's trichinosis.
There.
It was trichinosis.
That is a pork larva.
Oh,
That ate his brain.
it's trichinosis,
Please.
right? We were always told
I hate it.
I don't know.
I
what
hate it.
trichinosis
cook
is.
your pork because
Now we have
it's
found
trichinosis.
Paris's.
I don't need to see the worm's face, guys. I don't need to think about the fact that that's
You know, it's
in
interesting.
there.
It looks just like the face of the new Boston Dynamics robot. All right.
Do you remember? Did you see the series? Unfortunately, it got canceled. Brain Dead.
No.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was about aliens invading the brains of politicians in Washington. It should never
would
have been
explain
canceled
a
because
lot.
it was so true.
That's also the plot of Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh,
Don't tell me. Oh, that's right. It's in your head, and the whole
That's
the whole
not a
thing.
spoiler,
It's
Leo.
not a
That
spoiler.
is like minute
It's you're
5.
going around trying to get the thing out of your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it? In fact, are you RFK Jr. in the game?
Yeah.
Asking
You
for a
are.
friend. Okay.
That's a reveal halfway through.
Oh,
so,
boy.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's Leo Laporte. Hope you enjoyed this little snippet from our show this week in Google. For the full show, you can either go to our website, twit.tv/twig, or find Twig in your favorite podcast client. And, of course, there's links right below, somewhere down there, for more information.